right, I was asked this question by, I wouldn't say youngster, someone in his 30s who asked me some tips on networking. Like, what is my version of networking? What is my version? So the guy is a networker, and he has told me that he has networked with many people. He has read many networking books. He sees videos. But what is my version? Okay, I'll give you what I think. See, networking, you have all these quotes. Your net worth, WRTH, is equal to your network. Means the people who surround you, which is very true. But now, having said that, we always like to network with people who are useful to us, better than us, who can benefit us, or who are at a lofty, high goal. Okay? We always like to network with decision makers and big shots and money-minded people. And fine. That's all fine. Now, here's one thing you need to consider. The bigger the person is, the more influential the person is, the more talented or known or popular, more people want to network with them. So if you are a normal, ordinary person, maybe nobody will want to network with you. So if you network with them, they'll be so happy. But if you try networking with someone who is inundated with requests 24/7, 365 days a year, they may not respond. That is why a girl on a dating app or Instagram or Facebook, a girl, she will not respond to a guy's request because there are so many desperate messages they get. I love you, I can't stay without, please accept me as your friend. And people who try to fake that they're decent but they're not. So they get inundated with requests from men, and that's why many of the cabin crew who are in, especially in the Middle East countries, they are given free drinks in bars and pubs because they know wherever the girls are, guys will come running like dogs. Okay, they behave desperate, like they've never seen a girl. Oh wow! And when you have an equation of more guys and less girls, this is the problem. Okay, so the same way, the person who is in demand has many fans, followers, or people who want to network with them. So obviously, if you want to network with someone like that, you need to understand they are already inundated with requests. So you trying to pull a smart one will not work. Okay? So that is why if you send the standard cliche LinkedIn, I would like to add you to my professional network, it's like everyone says the same thing. So now the question is, how do you network with such a person? Here are a few tips. Number one is, remember that they are smarter than you. Remember that they are more intelligent than you. Remember that they are more mature. So you trying to fake it, you trying to act what you're not, you trying to reinvent the wheel is not going to work. They are not dumb, they are not stupid. They can see right through it. Okay? Like for example me, the number of requests, the number of messages, the number of emails I get per day, it's not even funny. Okay? And I'm used to all the stories that people give. Okay, that's number one. The second thing which I want to tell you is, one is, don't think that they're dumb. Second one is, don't be insincere and fake. Now what do I mean by that? Don't try to act so nice and so loving and so sweet when you are actually a dick. But obviously, if you are a complete irritant and if you behave with them irritatingly, they'll say fuck off. Okay? Because they don't need you, you need them. So what is the solution? The solution is respect. Learn to respect them, give them the respect, make them know that you respect them. And how do you make it known? You don't tell them, sir, I respect you. Be respectful. Like if you meet someone from the government, a very big person and all that, you'd have that decorum of humility. Keep this alive. Even when people talk to me, I prefer someone respectful rather than someone pompous. Okay? It's human nature. The next one which I want to tell you is, remember, their time is important. Don't fucking beat around the bush. Don't give a long fucking story. So don't tell your whole bloody Ramayana, whatever. Ramayana is like whole mythological tale of your existence. And please, this is very important. Don't connect with someone and ask them a favor. Can you introduce me to your contact? Can you do this for me? Can you help me get a job? See, it's like, I'll tell you, I had this truth of a character in my group. Okay, bodybuilder, young chap. Fine, he used to call me sugary names, uncle and all that shit. This piece of shit who thought he was Arnold Schwarzenegger, piddly little stick. One day, out of the blue, he not only sends the whole group, he sends to me, I want $200. So I was just like, what the fuck? He gave me this big story as to his dreams and he wanting to get a job and all that. And he wants $200 for a laptop. Now, was he respectful? No, it was fake. He's calling me his fucking uncle. I'm not related to him. Second one, did he build a relationship with me? No, nothing. I don't even fucking know him. And number three, without all this, you're just straight away fucking asking like a shameless fucking beggar and expecting me to take you seriously. I fucking not only deleted him, I kicked him out of the fucking group. Let him fuck off. Now, what is the climax? He had the audacity to then send me messages from different phones abusing me. See, now it showed his real character. He tried to pretend that he was a nice guy, but he's actually a fucking asshole. And I can't blame him because his father apparently did a miserable job, which he had put in his confession about his life. So he's become an asshole and he thinks no end of himself. So now, I give you an example of a person who's insincere, who is a nothing and nobody, who wants favors and who wants to network. Now he did everything wrong. Now what is the right way? Right way is what I told you. First is you connect with the person. Okay, fine. Added him to the group or network or whatever, LinkedIn, whatever. After that, you offer value. See, in my case, I offer YouTube videos for free. Okay? You might say it's for views or whatever, but it does offer a little bit of value. You should offer value of some kind, whether it's providing a solution, whether it's providing links. I have some people who I never ask them anything, but they always figure out what is my interest. Like, I like gaming, I like new games and this and that. Some people send me, Loy, have you tried this new game or this? Sometimes some people send me, oh, Loy, this news is very interesting. Some people send me, Loy, this video is a great idea for you to talk about. So I know that these people are keeping in touch with me for offering value. Now, maybe they can offer all this because they have an agenda. We don't know. Fine, but I'm okay with it. So after you send and you keep in touch, give it time. A relationship takes time to nurture and grow. It doesn't happen overnight. It's just like you meet a girl and say, I want to have sex. She'll fucking slap you. But if you build a relationship of friendship and all that, maybe she herself will, give you the signal. So in the same way, for networking, you need to make the person comfortable with you and your existence. Like, for example, I got this client who has been following me for 6 years. 6 years, imagine that. And I didn't know that he was following me, and he told me, Loy, 6 years, and he even rattled off all the stories of my, 6-year journey on YouTube and all that. I was like, oh, very flattered. I was like, wow, this guy is genuine. Then there are others who just offer, these suggestions, ideas and all that. And they keep doing it so consistently. I save their number, and whenever they send a message, they are the priority. Okay? Now, after you build that relationship where you can talk and exchange ideas and all that, then never straight away drop the bombshell. I want money. Money is a very sensitive subject. Money and favors and all that. But on the other hand, if you ask for guidance, okay, if you ask for an opinion, that's different. See, now in my case, I offer paid services for consulting. So if someone tries to be sugary with me and then says, Loy, can you check my resume? I know that this person is wanting to use me. But on the other hand, if a person says, just your opinion on this subject, fine. But let me give you another way where you can backfire your strategy. A guy sends $1 or $5 or whatever, $10 and says, this is for your YouTube channel. It's a donation, fine. And just immediately after 2-3 days, hi Loy, how are you and all that. Did you receive the money? Yeah, fine. I received the $5, $2, $10. Yeah, can you check my CV and tell me? So obviously I know that this guy, in his mind, he wanted a service of $200 or $500 or $1,000, and he thought he could wriggle his way by paying $2 or $5 or $10. That's not being sincere. So it's not my first rodeo. I know how to handle such people and I know how to answer also. I'm not rude, but I know how to play the game. So the last thing about networking is maintain relationships. Sending a person a hi, talking to them once a while, taking them out for a dinner, buying them a gift or sending them something. It is meaningful. People like that. Okay, now in my case, fortunately for me, I have very, very few people. It's a handful. So it's very easy to remember their birthdays, all that. There are some people who, like Joe Girard, who's the world record holder salesman, he keeps, those days there was no internet. There was only email and all that. Sorry, postcards. I remember that, postcards. He used to keep every person's name in his state or city, their name, date of birth, their wedding, their spouse's name, date of birth, and their children's and all that. And he had 4-5 secretaries who would send them personally signed birthday cards, wedding cards, gifts, flowers and all that. And so people remembered him and recognized him because he used to do this even though he never got a sale. And then when they wanted to buy a car in that area, they would come to him because he was the only guy sending them these beautiful postcards. Those days postal, there was no email. Today email, people are spamming you left, right and center. So you should not have a massive list of people because it takes a lot of work. Rather have a small list, not just super uber powerful people, but rather people who you have genuinely developed a friendship and who like you, who have a soft corner for you. That relationship will work much more than you trying to keep some big shot or some celebrity or this thing. Because remember, logic, they will evaluate you logically. But when emotions come into the picture with feelings, we'll always do things for people that we have an emotional inclination towards, whom we care about, whom we like, or whom we love. That is why with our children, with our spouse, with our lovers, with our parents, with people that we are close to, we treat them differently. So always develop this and keep this strategy. And one last thing. If you are talking about going for events, you go to an event and you want to make sure that you give everyone your business card and this and that. That's a very different style of networking. And that will take an entire video in itself. So if you want to know how to network in a conference or seminar or live event, then that strategy is totally different. If you are interested to know that, let me know in the comment section below so that I know that there's a sizable interest. And then I'll create that video. That is a very different style of networking. This, what I told you, is more like you have not physically met the person, but want to do it online. So let me know your thoughts on this video. Was it useful or not? And if it was useful and you want the next video, that is how to network when you physically meet a person, in a conference or seminar and you don't know them, how do you develop a relationship, especially if it's a big shot, or then it's a different structure. Let me know your thoughts. I'll create a video if there is enough demand for that topic. All right, like, share, subscribe, whatever, YouTube's algorithm, and let me know your thoughts. me sign off. Guys, take care. Ciao.